Hola clase. You should have just received your feature sheet, your hall passes, and your useful expressions vocabulary. I'm going to talk with you for just a second about the feature sheets and hall passes and how those procedures should work. Feature sheets you should be very familiar with from last year. Looks like this, but yours is in a fun color. What I need you to remember first and foremost is that you cannot learn a foreign language without participating. Unless you speak and you're participating and you're active in the class, you're never going to be successful. So this is very, very important. Also remember this is a test grade, and I take it up every semester. While I'm out, Mr. Gower will be giving you features for participation. You get features, as you can read on the back, for answering questions correctly, for winning games. You also get them for grades. I don't add those until the end of the semester, so don't be waiting on those. But you get 2 features if you get an A on a test, and 1 feature if you get a B on a test. I'll have popsicle sticks. Mr. Gower will have those when I'm out. And I'll draw popsicle sticks with names on them to call on students. That way everyone has a fair opportunity. You can always raise your hand, of course. But so that everyone has a chance to be called on, I'll pull out names at random. At the end of the semester, the way that they're averaged is I take the entire class average, divide how many features you have by the class average, and that's your grade. If you have any questions about that, email me or ask Mr. Gower. In terms of hall passes, as we talked about yesterday, you get 4 a semester, and that's it. They're for absolute dire emergencies only. Do not leave my class. I cannot reiterate enough how important it is for you to be in here. You cannot learn if you're not sitting in class. In the past, I've rarely had students ever leave class because, as I said yesterday again, each hall pass you do not use counts 5 points towards your assessment average at the end of the semester, and that's 45% of your grade. And I've had students whose grades were saved thanks to their hall passes. So you're rewarded for being in class and for participating. Make sure you take advantage of those 2 things. If you'll look at your useful expressions vocabulary sheet, that's a lot of vocabulary, and I'm aware of that. We're not going to go through all of this right now. We're going to learn a few at a time, and this will take us a few weeks to get through. But these are great expressions for the classroom, and the expectation is that you use these to ask for things. Like, as you can see, asking if you can go to your locker, asking or saying excuse me in class, saying excuse me when you raise your hand, conversation amongst people. These are all things that are very common in the classroom and in conversation. So you'll be expected to use these after you have you've learned them in class. If you have any questions about any of those things, again, let Mr. Gower know. Your feature sheet should be at the front of your notebook in the order that it says on your notebook checklist, along with your hall passes and your standards. Your useful expressions or your expresiones útiles should go in your vocabulary section, and that's the first vocabulary list you have. And we're about to start list 1. Adios!